Welcome back to Alaska, Santa Fe, and Pacific's Model Railroad. Well, here's a couple still pictures of the scenery that I've been able to get finished. It's still got trees and bushes and all that to do, but basically the ballast and the grass has been put in. And this is a top view of the Y going into this area. I 3D printed some picnic tables to use on the layout. And I stuck those here by the power plant so they can have a picnic when they're eating. And then I put another road crossing in, going to be down by Vedder's Sash and Doors and by this warehouse. I'm not done with it yet, but this is how it's coming along. And I set this house out here just to see if that's where I want it or not. Well, good morning. I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of my scenery. I have everything laying out here. Let me make sure it's in scene here. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. So, what I have, oops, stool's a little too close. What I have is a plastic bag here stretched out so I can catch the water. And this is just plaster gauze, like you'd make casts. I ordered it by the case online from, I think it was Amazon last time. But it's just casting stuff. So you lay it down here, and then I take and wet it down real good with a spray bottle of water. Get it nice and wet. And then I carefully lift up the corners like that. And then I tuck it out here where I want it. Smooth this down. Just rub it in. Now that's just the base. When I get taller on this other side, I will probably use some screen wire or something a little stiffer to give it support. But this is just my undercoat. So what I'm going to do is go around the edge until this stuff becomes too short. I have some wider stuff that I got from Woodland Scenics. It's about twice as wide as this. But you just get it wet. And this is that, if you ever worked with it, it gets real slimy and slippery because it's plaster. And it's in gauze, so just lay it down here and stretch it out to where you want it. And if it feels a little dry, you just add a little bit more water to it. And that'll soften the plaster enough. But you want to smooth it in once it starts to get wet, so that plaster actually does something. Kind of acts like a glue too. So basically what I'll do is I'll put this down and I'll let it dry till it gets hard. And then I've got some plaster patch that I'll mix up, and I'll go over it with another coat, thin layer, so it'll get stiffer. And then once that's done, I'll come back and paint it black again, because this isn't going to be rock mold. This is just going to be a grassy, gravelly bank. So anyway, that's how you put this stuff on. Pretty simple. Okay, what I'm doing now is just putting the top coat on this stuff. It's already hardened up. Didn't take but about half an hour since I got this fan and furnace heater blowing over here. But you just take some spackling compound. I'll show you what the box looks like in a minute. You mix it up so it looks kind of like a milkshake, a little thicker maybe. And it's just a plaster-based spackling compound. And you can see it's just filling up the holes and kind of sealing the gauze. And it just adds an extra layer of reinforcing strength to the gauze. So anywhere that you got a little hole or a crack, you can throw some of this in. But it takes about, this is little butter dishes I've been using. I use 2 batches on both sides of the track, and hardly anything, half a cup, and fill it full of water and mix it up. As you can see, I'm just about done with this section, as far as I'm going to go today with it. But it's plenty. Just paint it on. It helps smooth it out and fills the holes and leaves it a rough texture if you want it. But I think that's about it. So there you go. Okay, I was able to do this section right through here. Beginning of the incline goes all the way behind that building. And then I ballasted this double crossover. And as you can see, I've got most of this area finally done and grassed and textured. I got more bushes and weeds to put out. But just throwing some things around. Here's a little house I set on the corner right here. Don't know if I'm going to leave it there, but you can see I've pretty well got most of this scenic. Got some weed stacks here and there. Got most of this ballasted finally and some weeds through here. Put a couple picnic tables in a grass and a gravelly area there. But got a road going back to the tide plant. So I'm up to that point with the gravel and ballast as far as I got it. And then I started down the ramp with it here. This ramp's all done. And then here's the other side of the incline going all the way down. You can see it. It's kind of hard with everything in the way, but it's coming around here. I'll do some more here. This is probably going to get some kind of rocks and gravel and stuff, but you get the idea. And then I do have a bathroom with a slop sink or whatever you want to call it, and it makes it really nice for making stuff. There's the box of spackle I use to fill in over the gauze. Time to run trains. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks.